Ariel Helwani in San Jose gearing up for UFC 139 alongside Urijah Faber, who meets Brian Bowles this Saturday night live on pay-per-view. And Urijah, thank you for the time. It's good to see you again. This fight is obviously a very interesting one, especially for those that watched you in WC for so long. Brian Bowles is an interesting guy. You guys didn't fight in the same weight class for a very long time, but when did he start, kind of getting on your radar as a potential opponent for you?
I think probably, the first time we went in there and beat Charlie Valencia. Charlie Valencia is a guy I've trained with a lot, and he's very tough. So, Bowles was coming in with hardly any fights and fought a good fight, and he's finished some really tough guys along the way. And I've actually trained with him before, and he's tough also. So it's one of the things where he's a no-brainer when it comes to being a tough competitor. It's just not many people know him because he's not real outspoken and stuff like that.
Is it your understanding that if you win this fight on Saturday night, you'll get another shot at the title?
I believe so, but you never know in this sport until it's actually signed, but makes sense to me.
He was talking about how you seem to get a lot of title shots. You've gotten a bunch at 145. You got one at 135. If you win, you may get another. What do you make of the people who say that the UFC sort of favors you and gives you a little more title shots than the other guys?
One of these guys that is fighting me in a contender shot needs to beat me in order for that to hold any water at all. I mean, Brian Bowles complaining about me getting a title shot. I haven't even got my title shot yet. I got to beat him up first. So after I beat him up, and then I get a title shot, then start complaining about me getting a title shot. Until then, earn your own title shot, dude. I've been here for 8 years, 25 fights that I've won and 5 that I've lost, only to 4 people in the world, and all of them are world champions. So, a lot of people thought I won the fight against Dominic Cruz, and he's pound for pound one of the top guys. If I would have got the nod there, then I'd be one of the top 5 guys pound for pound. So what are you going to do? Have me beat up some newcomers that aren't very good? No, I'm going to beat guys that are tough.
It seems to bother you when people say that.
I've answered the question like 15 times. I never even thought about it.
Well, that doesn't say a lot about me that I just asked you a question that was asked you 15 times today?
Yeah.
Wow. I need to go step up my game.
I believe that's something you need to do. What would Geraldo do?
That is a good point. Speaking of stepping up your game, I feel like you're kind of calling me out here by doing this interview shirtless. No Shirt Nation thing that we had going. I mean, really, it's almost like you're pointing your finger in my chest at this point.
Well, you had a word that you're supposed to keep, and you didn't follow through. So I'm done making deals with you, bro. You don't follow through. You're not a man of your word. So
just like that.
Pretty much.
Call me a liar.
Not a liar, more a coward.
Wow.
Yeah. What was supposed to happen is Ariel Helwani was supposed to be the first reporter to do at the press conference a No Shirt Nation interview. And he was going to set the tone for reporters like Megan O'Leary, Molly Kieram, some of the other hot chicks out there that we'd like to get with their shirts off doing interviews. And you blew it for all of us. Thanks, man.
So you're looking at a guy. You're looking at a guy to be the trailblazer for the women. It just doesn't really make sense. It's almost like you're using me as your sacrificial lamb.
You got to think outside the box, Ariel. That's why you went to college. That's why you're where you're at today. Thinking outside the box. Look at those shoes. Come on, guys.
They're no form athletics.
Those shoes. Think outside the box, bro. You got it in you. Let's get some boobs out here.
Let's get Very well said, Urijah. How do you envision this fight playing out?
I think I'm going to win. It's going to be a good fight. He's going to be swinging hard, and I'm going to be connecting hard. And that's going to be the difference. So I look forward to a great fight. I love Bowles as a person, and I think he's a super tough fighter, but just not as tough as I am.
Did you watch his last fight against Mitsugaki?
I did.
What do you think of his performance?
He looked okay, Mizugaki looked okay too.
I guess the reason I'm asking is because a lot of people thought that if he would have won that fight, he was going to get a title shot. He didn't, and maybe it's because he didn't look all that impressive. So I was wondering if you were impressed with him. You beat Mitsugaki impressively.
I was impressed with him. I mean, Mizugaki's a tough guy. He won a 5-round battle with Miguel Torres. He and I were having a good fight before I caught him with a choke. He's a tough dude. I mean, people got to understand, out of the whole world, California, the jungles of Brazil, China, Japan, these are the top guys in the world, the toughest guys in the world, and we're fighting each other. So, everyone's tough at the top level.
And didn't you do some sort of contest where a fan's supposed to walk out with you for this fight?
Yes, I did.
Who's the fan? Is he a creeper? She?
That's a good question. We'll find out, and I'll be prepared for anything. There's tons of creepers out there. I'm used to that by now.
I don't know if you know this, but my mom has a massive crush on you. She wants to enter the competition. Is it too late?
For
Mrs. Helwani, she wants a piece.
Is this your wife or your mom?
No, my mom.
Oh, your mom.
Mrs. Helwani, yeah.
I would say it's never too late for her. She's always, I mean, she created this specimen.
Right.
I think there's room for her to get whatever she wants. She deserves it.
She may want to throw down with Rosie O'Donnell to be like the leader in that sort of demo.
I think that's a bad decision. Rosie's a tough chick.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, well, always a pleasure, Uriah. Thank you for the time. Good luck on Saturday.
No Shirt Nation.